Hi, my name is Carrie Nafsker, and I am here to talk to you about a class that the Columbus Community Center is offering. The topic is cyberbullying, which is something that is very close to my heart and should be for any parent. I think we all know that our kids nowadays are spending more and more time online, and as much as we want to, think that we have a handle on what our kids are looking at, what our kids are seeing, what they're dealing with, we really just don't. I know personally, I have 5 kids, and it's been an evolution with each one of them. The more technology that has come out nowadays, the more up to date as a parent you have to be. We have put parental controls on our kids, but they will find a way around it. Whether they're trying to be defiant or not, whether you allow them on social media or not, they're still have access to things that, kids should not have access to. So the class that is being offered is called Cyberbullying, A Parent's Guide. And it is getting offered the first 2 weeks of January. And it is going to be offered 6 different times. It's an hour-long class, which is not a long time to go and learn a little bit about this thing that could be affecting your kids. We're going to offer it Monday and Wednesday, the first couple weeks of January, from 7 to 8, and then on Saturdays from 10 to 11. And I really just want to tell you a little bit about the class and what to expect. So, like I said, the class is an hour long. We have partnered with the Center for Bullying, and the person that is teaching the class is named Sue Smith. So to begin the class, what will happen is there'll just be an introduction, kind of give you the credentials of Sue and who she is, and also from the director of the community center. And then the next thing we'll cover is what is cyberbullying. We'll also give you some statistics that are pretty, I believe, jaw-dropping. 95% of teens nowadays between the ages of 13 and 17 have access to a smartphone. 15% of high school students experience online bullying, and 45% of teens say they are online near constantly. As a parent who, who sees this, and I actually struggle with it myself. It's hard enough to get them to put the phone down to sit and have a meal. And to be quite honest with you, I have a hard time putting my phone down too. But, I think as adults, we are able to combat some of that bullying, but some of the kids just aren't strong enough. They also don't know who they can turn to. They don't feel comfortable going to their parent. I know in talking to a lot of other parents that I know, I think we all believe that our kids think if they come to us and say something like this is happening, that they're afraid that we're going to take their technology away. And they're probably not right. I mean, as a parent, the first thing I would want to do if my kid came to me and said they were cyberbullied is to probably take away their tablet or their phone. But really, that is probably not the right solution. What we need to learn as parents is how to see the signs of all of this and how to combat that, how to talk to our kids about what they should and should not be doing and seeing on the internet. So really, like I said, we're going to give some statistics. We're going to talk about what cyberbullying is. The next thing we're going to talk about is how likely is cyberbullying to happen. And the number is high. 15% of high school students were electronically bullied in the year 2017, but the Cyberbullying Research Center estimates that 25% of all teens experience cyberbullying. This is a huge number. So 1 in 4 kids is currently getting cyberbullied. What do we need to do to stop it? Well, one of those things we need to do is to recognize what the signs are. So looking at that, two of the signs are increased usage in their tablet or their computer or their smartphone. More texting, staying on the computer longer, which you would think if they were getting cyberbullied, they would not want to stay on these devices, but they do. They're afraid that things are going to get said without them being there. Another sign is they get overly emotional. So, any up, high, or low that you see. So, if your child is already introverted and you never really see, a whole lot of emotion out of them anyway, if you see them actually being more, engaged, that's a sign. If your child is generally very engaged and you see them reverting, then that can be a sign. So, any drastic swing in their demeanor is something to look out for. Another thing is hiding their computer or their phone from you when you walk into a room. I think there's a lot of kids that do that anyway. But that is not something that should be happening. As the adult, you should have access to all of that anyway. So, making sure that you're not ignoring that and saying, hey, what are you looking at? Show me what you're seeing. And then, isolation is another one that we need to work out for. So, or watch out for, I'm sorry. So the next thing that we need to do is what do we do as a parent when our kids are cyberbullied? The lines of communication need to consistently be open. Your child needs to feel like it's okay to come talk to you. So the more open and dialogue you are about this, the better off you're going to be. There's also a website that is really beneficial that gives parents, students, and educators resources, not only to watch out for the signs, but when you do see those signs, how to get your children to talk. That's the number one thing that you really need to see happen. And then the last thing we're going to discuss is what if your child is the one cyberbullying? A lot of parents don't want to believe that their child is ever going to be the one that is the bully. But a lot of times, these kids that have been cyberbullied, instead of feeling empathy or, they turn around and do it to someone else. They start thinking that that's okay. So it's not that your child is a horrible person or you raised them wrong. It's just kind of a reaction that they have. So, once again, education is key, being caring, listening to what they have to say. I know that the reaction at first for me, if I found out my child was cyberbullying someone else, I would be really, really upset. But, really kind of trying to understand where they're coming from and why they feel that way, I think is going to be really, really important. So, really, and then the last part is really going to be just kind of an open dialogue, letting parents ask questions. We've got some flyers and some things to hand out. Really, the goal of this is for an awareness, not only for parents, but for educators. And then really to talk to your kids. We'd love to, have some advocates in each one of the schools where they can, start a campaign that makes it socially unacceptable for these kids to cyberbully. Sign a pledge, just like the do not text and drive or do not drink and drive things that happened, years and years ago. You sign a pledge and you make these kids accountable. In addition to that, making sure that there are resources available within the school system that are going to allow these kids to come to someone safe and report it without fear of retaliation, and that they also can do this anonymously. I think that's important. I think kids, don't want to be the tattletale or the one that says, hey, I saw this happen. They want to be able to just go ahead and tell a trusted adult what is happening and hope that someone can step in and really make a difference. So I really, to kind of wrap this all up, I believe that this is such a huge initiative I think it's important for parents to not put their head in the sand, and I hope that all of you will be able to attend, and looking forward to seeing all of you at this class. Thank you.